welcome to the 7th annual Keep Los Angeles Beautiful Conference here in Council District 1. So my name is Steve King, and I have the honor of serving as the president of the Board of Public Works here at the City of Los Angeles. And I want to thank our mayor, Karen Bass, and our council member, Eunisses Hernandez, and our Lincoln Heights Senior Center for your partnership in making today possible. Let's give it up. I also want to acknowledge my fellow commissioners who are in the audience today. All of us are here. So Commissioners Jenny Chavez, if you want to stand up, John Grant, Faith Mitchell, and Ernesto Cardenas. So there's 5 of us on the Board of Public Works, and we are public servants. And we want to make sure that we bridge the divide between all of our communities and our government services. So feel free to reach out to us. We try to be very accessible, very open and transparent about our processes, and willing to help all of your needs throughout the city. And I also want to take a moment to acknowledge many of our graffiti contractors that are here from the Valley to South LA, West Side, to here in Council District 1. So if all of our contractors want to stand up, we want to give you a big round of applause. Thank you so much for your partnership and for being here. And I also want to acknowledge our Deputy Mayor, Vahid Korsan, my predecessor on the board. So Deputy Mayor Korsan, thank you. And our mayor just arrived as well. Thank you, Mayor Bass. And as all of you know, and some of you know in the audience, prior to me joining this board, I was very grateful to be part of one of the graffiti contractors here, KYCC. So I've had firsthand experience of planting those trees, removing those graffiti. So I know many of the obstacles and challenges that you all face. So I'm here from the board perspective, bringing that lens and working with our mayor and our council member and my colleagues on the board to address many of those challenges. So once again, feel free to reach out to us so that we can work together collaboratively. So this is an annual conference. It's our 7th year. And we're bringing together all of our stakeholders, from our contractors, nonprofit partners, neighbor council partners, and our leaders. And I see many of our council offices throughout the city. So thank you so much for coming here. And it's not only an opportunity that we exchange ideas, but we also learn all the different innovative techniques and tools at our disposal. And at a time when Los Angeles is facing many difficult hurdles, it's incumbent upon many of us to come together to really uplift those challenges. And one of the key marquee events that Mayor Bass has really highlighted earlier this year, as all of you know, is Shine LA. And I think that is an important event that all of us can come together, and it happens 4th Saturday of every month. Where it happens from the San Fernando Valley to South LA to here in Lincoln Heights. So we encourage you to make sure to stay tuned for that. And of course, I also want to acknowledge our Office of Community Beautification, who helped put this conference together. They're the entity at the city that provides much of the free tools and all the resources at your disposal to make sure that all of you can create your own individually tailored community beautification events, and also joining forces with the city at Shine LA and many of our beautification activities. And with that, I want to introduce our next speaker, who represents Council District 1, Councilmember Eunisses Hernandez. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then we also have, so the Councilmember Hernandez, just give a plug, Councilmember. She's also the chair of the Public Works Committee at the City Council, and she's been a fierce advocate for public works to ensuring that many of your taxpayer dollars are allocated to many of our core services. So thank you, Council Member, for joining us. And we also have Mayor Karen Bass here. Mayor, you want to stand up briefly? And also, our mayor, who helped launch Shine LA, is very much focused on cleanliness and making sure all of our communities and our streets are beautifully lined. So please stay tuned for exciting new initiatives. And with that, I would love to kick off our conference with the mayor as our next speaker. So please give a big round of applause to Mayor Karen Bass.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Come on, a little louder. This is a great Saturday. Good morning, everyone. Well, thank you all for being here on the 7th Annual Keep LA Beautiful Conference. You know, as Stephen was mentioning, and I do think we need to give him a round of applause. He's doing excellent work as our president of the Board of Public Works, and of course, our councilwoman here, who I'm so proud to have as a colleague and a partner on so many different projects within the city. But I can't think of anything more important than LA being a place that shines, a place that is beautiful, that is clean. We want this all the time, but just think, in 10 short months, the world will be here for the World Cup. 8 games will be played here, but the World Cup will last 40 days. And one of the things that I hope happens is that the whole city has an opportunity to participate. So in a beautiful rec center like this, you can imagine it hosting a watch party night after night with vendors outside from the community, small businesses, making some money and lifting up the economy. And so in order to do that, we want our city to be beautiful, and the work that many of you do, especially our city departments, but volunteers do day in and day out, will help us get there. So as Stephen mentioned, every month we do Shine LA. I do have to tell you, we had one planned today, but the weather was supposed to be so hot. It turns out it's actually a perfect day with a little bit of humidity that we're not used to here, but mobilizing people in different neighborhoods. The practical reason is to clean the city and beautify the city. But in addition to that, it helps build the community spirit and the cohesion and the excitement and enthusiasm that we should always have for our city. So I'm happy to be here today, happy to participate in this effort, and know what we can do in our city if we come together. I don't care who's messing with us. If it's the guy from 3,000 miles away or problems that we might have here in our city, as long as we stay united, we can make anything and everything happen in our city. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Bass. And our next speaker is our host here in Council District 1. Please give it up for Councilmember Hernandez.
Thank you so much, President. How you doing today, Council District 1? Nah, let them hear you all the way on the west side. How you doing, Council District 1? That's right, that's right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Lincoln Heights. My name is Eunisses Hernandez, Councilwoman for the 1st District. What an honor it is to have the mayor here join us in our district in Lincoln Heights, and also our commissioners, our president of the Board of Public Works. When we talk about the sidewalks, the trees, the streets, the trash, that is one of the things that I didn't realize I was interested in. But looking at all the calls coming into our office, it takes the city. Let me share some things. What these offices do and what these teams do here is that they elevate our quality of life. When we think about public safety, that is a well-lit street. When we think about accessibility for our seniors, our young people, that means a sidewalk that is not lifted up. Whether it's half an inch or an inch, it means it's a good sidewalk. It means that it takes us less than a year to fix our street light, and hopefully a couple weeks at some point. That's what public safety is. That is what this office does, and that's something I want to uplift, because oftentimes that's not tied together. But it's uplifting our quality of life, it's increasing public safety, and making our neighborhoods more accessible. And so this happens, and these resources are funded when we all get together and make sure that we advocate for these investments to happen. In this past budget cycle, we were able to make sure that we reinvested over $500,000 back into the graffiti removal teams. You know, during a moment when we were in budget crisis. Why did we do that? Because all of us know that removing graffiti is reducing harm and violence. It's public safety. So public safety is an ecosystem, and graffiti removal is a big part of that, and it's just one piece that they do to increase our safety here in our communities. I want to recognize some of the speakers that are joining us here today. David Wheeler from Keep America Beautiful. And again, thank you to our mayor. And special thank yous to Anna Huizar. Anna, where are you at? Is she in here? She's probably running around. There she is. Huge round of applause for Anna. She organized this dynamic event and brought us all together to make it happen. This year's Public Works theme is people, purpose, and presence. And today that resonates. I mean, look around, talk about people power. These are the neighbors, the people who live here, the community leaders, the teams who fuel and implement beautification all across our city. And I talked about it earlier, but why does it matter? It goes far beyond aesthetics. We all deserve nice things and we all deserve beautiful neighborhoods. But it's our public health, it's safety and equity and accessibility that we're talking about. It's about cleaner air, safer sidewalks, and more green space. If you were to cut up the green space in Council District 1 that exists equally amongst everybody, the 248,000 people would get this much amount of green space. Is that enough for our district? No. Is that enough for our city? And so that's why the work here that these organizations and these departments are doing are so important. I'm proud that this conference is happening here in Lincoln Heights. I'm proud that we're getting a spotlight here in this neighborhood so that people see the wonderful things that this neighborhood has to offer and the investments that this neighborhood deserves. And our district has been at the forefront of beautification. We've expanded tree canopy and shade because we are a district where we are shade poor. We're working with partners on graffiti removal and mural preservation and fighting to preserve and expand that graffiti removal budget. And we support composting and sustainability programs that reduce waste and improve the environment. Who knows where the Lincoln Heights Jail is? Raise your hand. Did you know that right across the street from the Lincoln Heights Jail, we provide free compost to this neighborhood and to the city? We're talking about good compost, a huge pile like the size of a minivan, and you can find it there. My district director in the back, Jose, will you raise your hand? He can give you the time frames for when that compost is put, but just another example of reuse, recycle, and invest. And today we're making resources available to all residents by sharing this information by all the tables outside as well. And whether it's a rain barrel giveaway, a tree distribution, or connecting with 30 exhibitors, we're excited to be here. Thank you to the community organizations, all the exhibitors, and the more than 100 people that are here today. The most powerful message is this: beautification starts with us, our choices, our actions, our partnerships, and our investments, especially our tax resources. So thank you for joining us today. Let's enjoy this beautiful conference. Make sure that you reach out to us if you need support with the lights, the streets, the sidewalks, the trees. And at some point, I'd love to share more info on how long it takes us to do those things and why it's important you get engaged during the city budget process. Because when we all talk about what's important in our budget, it helps us argue for the investments to be made. And these departments need a whole lot of investment, as you all can see around you. But appreciate you all. Thank you for being activated, and thank you for coming to Lincoln Heights. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.
Thank you, Councilmember. So next, we have the pleasure of introducing some of the amazing graffiti contractors in the city. Collectively, we remove millions of square feet. So today, the council member and the board wanted to recognize 3 amazing contractors out there. We have GAP, Gang Alternatives Program, NEGB, Northeast Graffiti Busters, and CCAC, Central City Action Committee. So if we can have representatives one by one, let's go with GAP, and if we would love to present certificates. Please come up on the stage. I think this one is for GAP first.
Okay.
First. Councilmember, you want to?
Yes. Gang Alternatives Program. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Central City Action Committee. Are y'all here? Yes. Yes, of course. Come on in. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hi, how you doing? Part of my crew. All right. Thank you for all the work that y'all do.
Northeast Graffiti Busters.
Yeah. Woo-hoo. And you, sir, from the valley all the way down to Northeast LA. That's good to see you.
So we also want to recognize our amazing host here, the Senior Center. So I would love to recognize the representatives from the Lincoln Heights Senior Center. If you want to come up, we have a special certificate.
This man right here changes seniors' lives, gives them purpose, helps them thrive. You're the best. We are grateful that we have you in Council District 1, but Lincoln Heights right here, generations of seniors, they thrive because of him. Please join us up front. Come on, we got a certificate.
All right, let's give another big round of applause to all of our honorees. Thank you very much. And then with that, I would like to recognize Mr. David Wheeler from the Keep America Beautiful. Let's give a big round of applause.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me here. Pleasure to speak to you all today. As he mentioned, I'm David Wheeler, Vice President of National Partnerships at Keep America Beautiful. And what I'm going to do in the next few minutes is talk a little bit about our network, specifically how we work here in LA and California, and then give a little more context to some of the amazing work you're doing collectively. We know, everyone here knows why it's important, but some findings that we've found through surveys and through our work that kind of illustrate the impact it's having and the importance it has to everybody else. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about a few opportunities here in the LA region. There we go. So Keep America Beautiful for the past 70 years has worked to inspire volunteers and partners all around the country to make their communities cleaner, greener, and more beautiful. We are the #1 community improvement organization in the country. We have a national impact or national reach, but we have a local impact. And the only reason we're able to do that is through our affiliates. There we go. Sorry about that. So we have over 700 affiliates around the country. Each one of these is independent from our organization, but they're all part of our Keep America Beautiful network. We're especially strong here in California, and our largest affiliate in terms of the population served is right here in Los Angeles, Keep Los Angeles Beautiful, and they are a real leader among our affiliates. What's so valuable about our affiliate network is that each affiliate knows what works best locally. What works in one place won't work somewhere else necessarily, but then again, there's best practices, there's lessons learned, things like that. In California, we have a state affiliate, Keep California Beautiful. They're a statewide organization that since 1990 has helped inspire volunteers and connect with partners to clean up litter and to conduct beautification initiatives around the state. They also work on a number of projects like an EPA water grant, a California Volunteers climate action initiative with Keep America Beautiful, and then on a project with Caltrans where they do demonstration research on individual cleanups and litter receptacles. What's the impact of each one? As I mentioned, we also have Keep Los Angeles Beautiful here in LA and about a dozen other local affiliates around the state. I wanted to also mention the impacts that we make collectively around our network are pretty extraordinary. You can see some of them up here, but just a few to highlight. Over 1 million volunteers a year that we get across the network. Over 23 million pounds of litter and recyclables that are collected each year, helping to clean up streets around the country. And then for those who might not, outside of here, you know, some people might say, well, what's the big deal? Why is it so important? Well, economically, it's incredibly important. $176 million of economic impact is generated from efforts like the things you're doing, planting trees, cleaning up litter, conducting recycling drives, composting, you name it. It all has an economic impact, and it's important to measure that as well as you can, in addition to the impacts we know it makes on our communities. And to that point, one of the things we've been doing across our network is working with academic researchers to quantify what are some of those impacts. Two I want to mention in particular. One of our affiliates, Keep Indianapolis Beautiful, is working with University of Michigan on a project that has documented decreases in violent crime in neighborhoods where abandoned lots are replaced with plantings and with cleanups. So that is, we kind of knew that, but to hear it quantified and it's a pretty significant amount. It's like 15+% just in the first couple years. Another one I want to mention, community health, human health. Again, we know it's good for you being outdoors, we're doing things active. We kind of, it helps with things like asthma and obesity. But one study we've worked with the University of Louisville, a researcher there, has found that just the simple act of planting trees in a community can decrease heart disease, the risk of heart disease in that community, upwards of 10%, again, just in those first couple of years. So we're really starting to quantify that, and we'll continue to share that with Keep Los Angeles Beautiful and with the greater network and partners, because we think it's a message that needs to be told. There we go. And so my predecessor speaker here, Councilmember Hernandez, mentioned beautification is led by us. It's what we can all do. And we've really found that. Volunteering in a time where people are less socially connected than ever, where people, almost entire generations in many ways have lost that connection to the nature and the environment around them. Getting outdoors and doing things like planting trees and doing cleanups, all the amazing things that I saw just walking around some of the tables, all the things you are leading. These are ways that get people, not only get people to connect again, they get people more healthy, they get them more connected to their communities, increase civic pride. It's really extraordinary, the impact, taking one of your initiatives, the impact that makes on so many people's lives and really changes them for the better. I want to mention in these next few slides something that also gives maybe a little greater context to the work you're all doing. We've worked with Harris Polls, which is one of the nation's leading public opinion polling firms in the country, on a series of surveys over the last few years to document what exactly are the public attitudes and opinions around the work that we all collectively do. And one of the, it doesn't really show up because the font here, but one I want to mention is that at a time when it's hard to get Americans to agree on anything, 90% of Americans believe that their community should be clean and green and beautiful, and that they're willing to take some kind of action in the next year to make that happen. Whatever that might be, volunteering at an event, doing a cleanup, planting trees, you name it. 90%, that really speaks volumes, and it just sheds a light on why it's so important to have gatherings like this one, where we all can learn from each other. Similarly, there we go. Similarly, we often talk about the divides in America, but when it comes to making your community clean, green, and beautiful and the importance of it, that transcends divides. Our surveys through Harris Polls have found that Republican or Democrat, rural and urban, multi-generation, race, ethnicity, across the board, we're looking at roughly 4 out of 5 people in pretty much every one of those categories feel strongly about making their community clean, green, and beautiful again, and about doing what they can to make that happen. Similarly, we asked, well, what does a beautiful community mean to you? We all know kind of what it means to us. In many cases, it matters. It might connect to the things we're doing or the things that we're involved in. But we asked the general public, what does that mean to you? And one of the two things we found were, one is that working together is so important to people. We've all gone through the COVID and the isolation of the last few years. And so I think that importance to people, according to these surveys, that importance has really risen to the top. Being able to work with people and connect with people on special events, on cleanups, on neighborhood improvements. And secondly, getting out there and doing hands-on work. That's something that people are really clamoring for. People want that opportunity. So to have that, I know there's so many opportunities here in LA with Keep Los Angeles Beautiful and with all of your organizations. And that serves such an important role and an increasingly important role among the public. I mentioned before about the human health impacts that we're seeing from beautifying and cleaning up communities. Americans feel the same way. They feel that that's important to them. We've seen that in many, across the board, roughly, again, 4 out of 5 people agree that it's important to their health, to their quality of life. And we particularly see that in the Black, Hispanic, urban, and millennial communities. They especially feel that that's something that is important to their communities, to have that opportunity to have a clean, green, and beautiful community. Lastly, on the surveys, just want to mention the civic pride element. This is so important, and I can see there's no shortage of civic pride in this room today, but bringing that out beyond to not only across the greater LA region, but across California and the country, that is something that this kind of work really does tremendously. And it's very important to the public. Now, I want to mention a few opportunities that our network has that may be of interest to anybody out there. One, we're seeing increasing interest. We work a lot with companies around the country on things like employee engagement events and tree planting opportunities, litter cleanups, and we're seeing more and more interest in doing that in the LA region in recent years. We're fortunate to have Keep Los Angeles Beautiful working with us, but we're also very interested. If any other groups are interested in learning more, please let me know. It's something we do pretty regularly. Secondly, Clean California, we work with Caltrans on a statewide education campaign. And you may have seen the ads or heard the ads, but our role, one of the things we're working on right now as part of that project with Keep California Beautiful is the Clean California Community Designation Program. Basically, this is a free program by which it could be a municipality, but could also be a civic group. It could be a school district, a business improvement district, pretty much any kind of association that has some kind of geographic footprint can apply for this Clean California Community Designation. Here in LA, in the greater LA region, we've already had 36 groups, including Los Angeles, apply for this designation. It's a very simple process. You take a pledge, you meet certain criteria, and it's pretty flexible, so you don't have to meet every single one, you just have to meet a majority. And then essentially you earn the designation. Beginning this fall, we're going to be starting to announce those designees, or Caltrans and the governor's office, I should say, will be announcing those designees. If you're interested in your own community or neighborhood group being a part of this, please let me know. I'll have my email up there at the end. And then the last, this font did not come out well, but the last item I wanted to bring up is America's 250th birthday is next July 4th, 2026. As part of that, Keep America Beautiful is doing a Greatest American Cleanup all across the country. We invite any individual to take a pledge to take some action in the next, over the next year, basically, to help make their community cleaner, greener, or more beautiful. We say 250 pieces of litter if you can clean up. That sounds like a lot, but in reality, if every person in America did even a fraction of that, we could clean up all the litter out there. So each person really can make that difference. Here is, and I should say we've had hundreds of communities. We invite you, if you are interested and your community wants to take the pledge or your group wants to take the pledge, send us a photo and we'll be happy to promote it socially and then include you in the outreach moving forward. And I invite you to take a picture of that. If you're interested in taking the pledge, like I said, it's free. This one takes about 30 seconds and you're done. Again, if you're interested, you can also reach out to me. I'll give you a second to take the photos. And then my email here doesn't come out very well, dwheeler@kab.org. If you don't mind, Paul, you could also, if you could either try to get me today or speak with Paul or any of the staff as well. But lastly, I just want to close by mentioning the work you're doing is so inspiring and impressive. You're setting a tone not just for LA and the greater LA region, but across the country. If this is something that if every city and community across the country had annual get-togethers like this and brought together all the people leading the charge, we could make America that much more clean, green, and beautiful. Thank you.